standing for singing.
And you can leave your sheets there under the pew cushions at the end. Boy Thou Gods.
May be seated. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, March 7th, and it is an E-Day on your schedules. Today for lunch is Cobb salad. Yay! And First Lunch Ensemble is meeting. This is just a reminder that, believe it or not, SGA elections are coming up soon. Yay! If you're interested in running for SGA president, your platforms will be due next Thursday, and speeches will be the Monday after that. And please email me and Mr. Hopkins if you're interested in running. So just be aware, start preparing. Now we have a senior presentation by Tessa Kimba.
If you know me, you've probably heard me complain at least once about something. But there's one subject I don't complain too much about, and that is photography. Photography is something I've been pushing myself to do since freshman year when I first started using my dad's camera. If we went somewhere, I drive my dad crazy trying to steal his Nikon. In my opinion, he took pictures of what he thought was beautiful or second glance worthy, and I wanted to do the same thing. So why do I enjoy photography? It puts things in perspective. I'm able to create my own moments and reality through the click of a button. Honestly, just holding a camera makes me more comfortable. I first recognized my interest only after taking classes at the Seabook Art Gallery on Main Street, which I loved for two reasons. One, they taught me how to use my camera to my advantage based on my setting. And two, they guided me towards the wonders of Photoshop. In the class, we'd visit places downtown like Canalside and the City Hall lookout deck. Visiting these locations and having the chance to photograph them solidified my interest in pursuing photography. Specifically, when we were at the lookout deck at City Hall, I took a picture where some random guy was standing near some words written on the glass. But in the photo, it looked like his thoughts were spilling out of his head. And I thought it was cool. That's when I knew I wanted to continue pursuing it. And soon after, I met Miss Wetzel on the catwalk and immediately knew I wanted to take every single class. After being placed in a Wetzel class, I decided to take the time to get to know Photoshop, as I knew I'd be using it a lot. I wanted the ability to edit my photos the way I pictured them, and knew learning some Photoshop was the only way to do it. I asked a couple of people if I could take their pictures and then went straight to editing. For about 2 weeks, whenever I was free, you would find me in the Mac lab, learning the basics. From layers to filters to color swaps to enhancers, I was finding my way. Whenever I felt something was edited enough, I'd send it to one of my friends, asking which one she liked better. She'd tell me, and I'd save it to maybe use in Wetzel's class. To me, it's always important to have another person's opinion on our work. After all, they might like or dislike it for reasons you never actually noticed. The first photo I ended up using for the class was actually one of that friend. So I told her what I wanted to do for it, and I showed her each step. I put a galaxy type of sky over her face that I found on Google, and erased half the actual photo I took. Then I added black to part of the photo so it matched the background galaxy and printed it out. With most edits, some of which she helped me with, my immediate reaction was, ooh yes, okay, let's keep that. I loved it when this happened because it meant there was yet another function on Photoshop that would change the look of my photos. After editing and printing the photo, it was ready to be messed with in the art room. So I found some pens and went for it. First, I outlined her facial features, then I pushed myself more. I outlined the trees against the sky and added color to some of the stars, but I didn't know what else to do. So I stopped, waited a day or two, went back to it and decided it was done, then almost cried from all the stress. But I did learn a couple of things. First of all, you should always take more than one photo of something. It's never bad to have options, and that way you aren't stuck to one idea or process. Second, Photoshop is not that tough. It just seems really scary because there's a lot of different things you can do. But you just have to give it a shot. I also found it a lot easier to understand when I explored it myself compared to when Wetzel guided me. Things can be scary at first, but you just have to throw yourself into it. Even if it's small steps, keep at it because you never know. You may end up loving it. Third, your friends are going to complain about how they look in photos. So, a solution. Understand that people might not like something, and work around that. Highlight the features they do like, because there's always going to be something you aren't a fan of. So it's better to focus more on the good and less on the bad. And lastly, it's a lot easier to go into an art project without an image of the product in your head. When I thought I knew how I wanted a photo to look, I'd be disappointed when it didn't turn out as so. When I went into a project with just the picture and no clue how I wanted it to look, I'd be so impressed with what I could come up with. Now, I'm not a professional photographer, but taking and editing photos is something I do for fun and really love. Since that first photo of my friend, I've completed 4 for that class. There's a saying by Ansel Adams which goes, quote, "The first 100 photos you do will be your worst," which I definitely feel is true for me, because when I look back at photos I did for the SEPA Gallery classes, I can see the difference in artistic ability compared to my photos now. It's okay not to like something you've done, but for me, that's just another reason to push myself. I truly believe that if you really love what you're doing, you can only improve, whether you like what you've created or not. I've edited about 20 photos total, and I don't love all of them, but I'll continue to go back and try different settings or switches. Trying something new can be tough, but it will pay off. You can realize you hate something, or that you love something, but you're never going to know unless you try. Thank you.
Today we'll start with the whole group. Tomorrow, Glee Club will be the whole group for the first 5 minutes or so.
So this morning is the last day of our French exchange students from Lille. They are leaving this morning at 10. So les filles, on se voit dans le hall d'entrée. Claire, s'il vous plaît. Abby est au téléphone, d'accord? So please take the time to say au revoir, goodbye. I believe they had a great time here because of all of you. We made that happen together. So, and we don't say adieu, we don't say farewell, we say we'll see you later. Okay, thank you.
Are there any other faculty announcements? Student announcements?
I'm back. So, Wetzel has been missing a ton of her pens and cords in MacLab, and she's gotten to the point where she's locking up her room when she's not here. And I just want to say, if you have it, like any pens or cords from that MacLab, please return them because they're really expensive to go get again. Like they're a lot, and don't that's mean to do. Like don't take stuff if it's not yours. But yeah, please bring it back.
Hey guys, so tickets for This Girl Laughs are officially on sale on the portal, so please buy those. Hello. So next Wednesday on March 14th, there's going to be a walkout to protest gun control, and it's the 1-month anniversary of the shooting. So if you're interested in walking out, it's at 10 o'clock next Wednesday morning. It's going to be for 17 minutes, so if you're interested, just email me at mbondtempo@buffaloseminary.org or Katie Gibbons at KGibbons. Thank you. Hi everyone, so this week, for the rest of the week, we have yearbook club photos, and today, club presidents, I emailed you guys, and you the photos today, you should have emailed your club to remind them.
There are first and second lunch here in the chapel, so be here promptly because we have a lot.
Thank you.
really cool if you all came out and support. Students are free. Students are free. So